Hello, 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 and welcome back. Let's see. Sorry, I just realized also the music isn't on. Media player. A little out of it this morning, admittedly. Got distracted by a few things. Here we go. Shuffle, loop. Boom. Alright. But yeah, no, I got distracted by a few things at the end there. Admittedly, this morning has been like me catching up on a couple of details, me downloading a game that I'm gonna play later, and then catching up with a friend, which is nice. But then also like watching Aura stream, because I something that I've realized while doing this game is I feel like I've slowly drifted away from its purpose. Anyway, I'll get into that in a bit. But nonetheless, hope everyone's having a good day. Hope everyone's having a good one so far. We're back at it again with programming. Yeah. So, what has happened since the last time I showed this? I'm trying to think. There's a couple of things that's going to be easier to show in-game. So, we'll do that quickly. Yeah. There's a few things I do need to keep an eye on and check on, though, at some point. I've noticed a couple of bugs from time to time that I'm still trying to figure out. Mainly around, like, say, a weapon desyncing or something like that. And I'm trying to figure out quite why some of those looser problems are occurring. One of the issues I saw at one point was my shaders not cleaning correctly, which is weird. It was almost like they were skipping the cleanup for my shaders for some reason at one point, but it was inconsistently occurring, so it was probably just a random ass lag thing. Oh yeah, I think that's actually one of the big things. So camera clamp. I've added a camera clamp. So now the room here, it's quite obvious, but it's more obvious in the game, the main game room. At certain points. It's actually quite nice, personally. I quite like it. Sorry, one of my cats just jumped on my lap and she needs a bit of a nose blow. Come here. Lovely. Alright. But yes. Again, some of the big stuff is they're just adding in more animations and more particle effects. I can't remember if it was the case earlier in the week, but now every weapon and item has its stuff in the game. There's still one or two of them that need a bit of cleanup and work. And technically Mary's still needs a little bit of extra TLC. But overall, everyone's is updated and everything. So I'm actually quite happy with that. So you'll be seeing a lot better stuff in the upgrade screen, something that both me and my friend that are working on this are super happy about. So that there I actually quite like is the like flick from the top of the thing to here. That's part of the clamping process. But yeah, you'll see that like now Speak of the Devil has its icon. My friend's also done a bunch of UI cleanup. I think I've shown a bit of that, because I think that was earlier in the week that occurred. Again, passives, abilities, EXs, and assists haven't gotten all of their icons done yet, so you'll still see, like, Satanic Resilience and Hell's Bells here. They don't have things, they've still got the default. It's just going to be how it is for a little while. And I think there's one or two of the things that I still need to finish doing, but, like, I'm much happier with things. Now, we've hit 20 seconds, so I can actually look around and try and find one. Here we go. What is that? It's a little backpack. I go up to it, breaks. Would you look at that? A little drop came out of it. This one, I'm gonna just run onto enemies for a moment to show. This one, boom, heal. If we run around again, oh, here's another one. Oh, little freeze effect. Now this one I do need to work on. This freeze effect isn't very adequate because as you can see here, the enemies that spawn after that effect don't get affected by it, but we have that. Oh, would you look at that? It's a little cute fella, and boom, it's a bomb. And if we trigger this one, oh, it's another bomb. We were actually very lucky to see different ones then, by the way. I just want that known. There's one more we need to see. Also, that heal is going to be really scary with Iron Mouse. Here we go. Boom. Ah, so that's the one of the bugs I've been seeing, and I don't know how this occurs. I'm not sure why this problem's occurring. Unless... Oh. I think I know what I need to go look at. But yeah. I have added breakables earlier in the week. I've added the particles and all that sort of stuff necessary for them. There's a lot of other stuff that I've added, but some of these things that I've added I cannot show at this stage, or I don't want to show at this stage. So now what I'm looking for is we're looking for player, weapons, weapon equipment. I need to look at Iron Mike for a second because I think I've screwed up. Here we go. I'm pretty sure this is the problem. Yes. No, it is 100% the problem. Okay. That solves a lot of issues. With that being the case, how do I fix this? There's an easy answer. Well, there's a simple solution, but this might not be the most efficient. We're gonna do the solution for now, though. So that was a mistake on my part, hugely. So to explain what was happening and why I have not been able to replicate the bug very well, and I'm actually thankful I picked multiple weapons there so I could see this issue. I was pushing this stuff to every weapon in the game that was on screen, so it meant that if I had Iron Mike, it would force all other weapons to not work correctly because it would force them to try and assimilate some of the stuff from the Iron Mike stuff, which would conflict with their data and cause them to not work correctly. That's what we were seeing. And that's why it was also sometimes inconsistent, because if, like, the ink sprayer would come down and hit ground early enough, it wouldn't get hit by the Iron Mike attack effect. So now it should be a lot better. But like if I just go through some of the levels, we've got, you'll see a few of these things. I'm not 100% sure that some of these are going to be how they are going to be long term and by the end of it. But I'm pretty happy with the majority of them. Idle Song still needs some cleanup. I see that, and I should work on that. This one should actually be working now correctly. Yeah, I need to fix the speed thing. Though it is kind of funny. But yep, no, you can see. So we've seen all of the things that come out of this as well. I do need to do some shrine cleanup soon. Also, yeah, Butterfly Blade is fully cleaned up and in now. I'm actually quite happy with the stuff that I've done for it. As you can see, it's the like slash in a line kind of in front of you thing. I thought that was a nice way of doing it. Cool and interesting thing. But yeah, I think I've actually done a decent job fairly across the board with stuff at this stage. Yeah. We're looking at a much cleaner and nicer game overall at the moment. And there is still more optimization and cleanup that needs to be done. In fact, there's one big optimization for data position that's going to have to be done very, well, I say very soon, in the future, before this next update goes out probably. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. I cannot wait, as they say. Aside from that though, sorry, I'm just double checking a couple of things in the background, making sure everything's working. Aside from that, what else is there to talk on? Again, this is part of the problem I have at the moment. I've been doing so much stuff widely, I actually don't know what I have and haven't done between this stream and last. So I do apologize if there's probably some stuff that I have missed that I actually did want to show off and showcase, but simply put, I just haven't had the time nor coherency to list down what I've actually been changing. I mean, I could probably look at my Git. Give me a second. Because I've posted a few updates. So we got the UI stuff. That was 2 days ago. When we got that, that would have been, what, Tuesday? I don't know. I can't remember if that came through or not for the thing. But like, yeah, breakables got added. That was quite a bit of stuff. I got rid of a lot of older sprites that were unnecessary and some more new sprites. Yada yada yada. It's again, it's the problem of there's been like thousands of things getting changed at the moment. It's kind of hard to track everything. So I do apologize. My brain is doing stuff. It's great. So today I've got a list of things that I kind of want to have a look at and go through. So we'll kind of go through that list as best I can. I'm gonna avoid doing more sprite stuff today, but like I might do a little bit of sprite stuff just because when you've got like 60 more sprites to do, I feel like there should be a little room of explaining, yeah, no, there's a lot of sprites to get done. Like at minimum it's 60, right? Yeah, it's about a minimum of 60. If you're wondering, on my whiteboard I have my like a pseudo list of stuff that I need to get done as well. But I also have in my little book next to me a list of things that I'm going to look at today. So further weapon cleanup, I mean, we already started with that. But there is a few more things that I might look at. I'm going to try and refrain from doing too much minor cleanup and work on stream at this stage, because one of the things is like Mary's item needs a lot of work. I'm not sure how I need to fix that yet, because that requires a lot of interacting with systems that haven't been fully fleshed out. So I do need to kind of like look through those systems, improve upon them, set up structures and stuff like that. I don't really feel like doing that on stream, I'm gonna be honest. It's more of one of those things of, you've probably seen me do it enough times, so we can refrain from showing it too much, but I might show it when it's done. Drops cleanup, yes, so that's something to do with the breakables partly. Because there's an issue I have that I would like to work on with the breakables and drops in general. Balance, we're going to definitely be hitting some balance cleanup as we go, because there's a few weapons that I know are outliers. I mean, one of the big ones I just kind of want to point at is, no offense, but Iron Mouse has the power level she has is raised up really, really high since we changed how statistics were. So there's a chance I need to hit her scaling with a hammer. We will see. Like, it's one of those things, if I talked about it a lot of times, but like it might be again another like pass of going over, raising the base numbers, lowering the scaling. Because she is a character that's supposed to be consistent, is what I want her model, her like design for her combat to be. Like her general combat loop is consistency, and it's what you add to that is what adds the chaos. Enemy scaling. We're going to reintroduce enemy scaling. We're going to, I talked about this I think on the stream, some of the streams. We're going to be moving away from the enemy manager concept, because simply put, the way the game has moved in structure, as well as some of the decisions I've made are like regarding stats, weapons, all these things, the manager's going to be a system that would end up, in most cases, being low impact. And in the high reach cases, where it would be impactful, the problem is that the impact it would offer would still be capped. And it was kind of one of those things, the more I thought on it, the more I'm like, it would be better if I made it a modifier, like one of the pre-run modifiers that you could get, that would do that sort of thing. Then that means I could push its ceiling and its floor a lot more aggressively, because it would be unique at that case, and it being unique makes it more interesting. Whereas if, as a general purpose tool, I couldn't make it as impactful, because then it would skew the game in a way that I don't know would be wise. It was also part of a decision I made where, like, I would like to move more things to modifiers and keep the game itself, like the core gameplay loop, low impacted, because I feel that that's where the design space actually enables a lot more interesting things, is giving you the ability to have like these interesting and unique modifiers that impact the game in really wild ways, versus, I mean, it's alright sort of thing. Oh god, the focus of the camera there just went shite. Gonna do more weapon stuff, yeah, that's the thing, and consider data location changes. I might start some of those on stream, for one of the data things. But I'm not going to be implementing it for a while. Again, it's best case scenario comes in this update if things move forward fast enough. But if it doesn't, then it doesn't. I would prefer it to be in this coming update though. But no, we'll probably look at the balance now. Because we do have balanced systems in the game, and I would like to work with them a bit more. So, enemy creation. We're going to play around a little bit with some of this stuff, I think. Because I think at the moment, so this here, the enemy scale stuff, I think I've missed the mark with this a little bit. I genuinely believe I have missed the mark. So I'm going to modify it. So what I'm going to do is I think we are going to look at these in a more of an actual multiplier sense. So with that being the case, we do this. So I might have to pull up a calculator, or I'm going to have to write a few numbers to my side, so I apologize. We're going to be in a little bit of a math situation here. I'm going to refrain from making it too complex though, and I'm going to keep the explanation relatively straightforward. Okay, so, because experience is also something that I need to hit a little bit. I don't know how I want to hit that yet, because at the moment I feel the experience values you get are not adequate, and I'm not sure how I want to handle that. I think this is one of those times where I look at this here. So this is our constructor here for how we make an enemy by base. We've got name, sprite, object. We've got base health, multiplier, and health. So the two multipliers based on time and level. We've got the same for damage. And for experience, I think we should have a base value for experience, but I do not believe we should have a modifier in the actual thing. In fact, there's an argument to be made that we never introduce a modifier, but I don't agree with that. I think there is space for a modifier to the experience gain to ramp up as time goes on, but I'm not set on how I want to handle that. Is that going to be based off of time? Is it going to be based off player level? Well, if it's based off player level, why bother? Wouldn't it make more sense to therefore just lower how much I increase the level requirement? This is where the difficulty comes in with what we actually want to do. Because if I recall correctly, how we handle the level up stuff, I think it's actually still in the player down here. Right? No, we moved it somewhere. We moved it to global, didn't we? Not global, to the controller, the main controller. Yeah, here we go. So if we're in the game room, experience count, so then do all of this. So this is how we do it. So what we do is we take the current value and increase it by the modifier of the thing. And these values are set in the create event here. So baseline, it increases by 10 for the first 20 levels. So an additional 10 enemies need to be killed per level. Baseline. I believe it's only like 5 or 6 EXP required for your first level. How much is the, no, I can't just do that. I think it's in scripts. Initialization. We're looking for experience. So you need 5 EXP to get your first level up. Then 15, then 25. Is that too aggressive of a scaling? Because fun fact, I believe this is based off of Minecraft levels. This is the way that this is done. Is it Minecraft or is it Vampire Survivors? I think it's a hybrid of the two. Let me look. Vampire Survivors Wiki. We're looking for... What are we looking for? We're probably looking for... Pickups is probably going to get me there faster. Pickups, experience gem... Experience gem... Level up. Okay, here we go. Yeah, no, it's based off of Vampire Survivors. It's 5, then increased by 10 each level until level 20. Yeah, and then if we look at here, so how much did I leech the numbers? I literally leeched the numbers. Okay, I feel bad. Okay, so there's an argument there of we might need to reconsider the numbers that we're moving around with. But I do think that, again, it's one of those, like, I feel like once we give enemies scaling, like the correct scaling system that they should have, we can gauge it better from there, right? I think that's the mistake we have at the moment, is we don't actually have a good scaling system. I don't even think I'm actually using this at the moment. I believe for this, what are we actually spawning? I don't think this is actually used. Because that's like old boss stuff, logic there. I think it's enemy scripts. Enemy initialization. Enemy gets sprite. Enemy cull unit. No, so it's probably in here then. Yes, here we go. So this is the actual enemy spawn that we're using. So I need to do something around this. What do we need to do to implement the old spawning script? Somewhere around that. Let's see. Because this is what we had. So... I think we can take this concept here. And... take it to this. So take you, tab you in, do that. And then, no, not there. Is the logic for this. So this needs to be changed from I to J. And so does this, right? No, that needs to stay as I. Have this as 3 for the moment, but we're going to change that. So self enemy list thing. So where is this used? Not locally. Enemy creation, enemy controller. Where is this? Oh, here. Oh, it is just straight up here, okay. Self, and where is this used then? It's in the controller, right? In the create? Yeah, here. And this is the spawning function here, so does this. Self. Cats, please. Please work with me. No, 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 don't be annoying. Right, so... enemy list array, so it's part of the constructing process. And it's the list. Cool. Okay, so it is technically actually getting the enemies from here, right? I think that's because that's where I've been modifying things. That's the damage there. Yeah. Okay. So now we need to keep in mind that these modifiers are going to be pretty high things, so we need to pull the values down. Oh. Also, armor is handled very differently now. So that is also an acknowledgement that needs to be made. I believe, did I hook up the enemies to have the same armor effectiveness? It'd be in enemy scripts. Here. Yes, they also have armor calculation to the same extent. So, with that being the case, we do need to hit armor in these a fair bit. So I think like this could genuinely go up to 10 armor. So because the modifier, so I need to grab my pen and write down the calculation for now. Which is in creation, right? Where do I have it? Here. So the calculation at this point in time is the value times the time multiplier plus the level multiplier. And the time multiplier, if we pull that apart, is the time times 1 plus mod. Not mod, but the modifier. And level is the same. So, to really think about this, let's pull up paint for a moment. Not persona. God damn it. My desk is a bit of a mess at the moment. So, when we're doing this calculation, we need to keep in mind, so if say the value is 50 here, then we're timesing this by the values here. So if we kind of break these apart, so we're just going to look at time for the moment. So this will be, so this could be a lot of different things, but this is our time value. And then that's times, god damn, this is when you know you've done too much programming, because it's really hard to actually just write the time symbol for the modifier like thing. I use the asterisk. Too much programming, man. So it's 1 plus the effect. So what this means is this has to be considered a percentage. So it'll have to be 0.05, for example, going into this. Why? Because this is 5% of 50, which is what, like is 2.5, right? So that means at the first minute, as we have it at the moment, this character would then get 52.5 health. Then it would get 55 at 2 minutes. Now, I'm not saying we're going to go with 5% modifier. I think we might want to go higher. Especially with what we've kind of seen, right? Is that at the moment the damage probably doesn't need to scale too aggressively. So 5% or probably less than this. I'm probably going to pull this down a little bit for damage, but for health I might push it up a little bit more. Like, I don't know if I want to say 10% per minute. Does 10% per minute sound good? Also, before I actually do that math too heavily, keep in mind that we're potentially getting a percentage as well from the player level, which the player level is going to grow faster than the time, so we have to have it much, much lower. So it's probably going to be an additional decimal space down, so it will be basically equivalent to 0.1%. Because at 10 levels, that's 1% increase. That's actually quite a lot. Because then keep in mind that this is a game that's going to probably have you go over 100 levels. So that's a 10% increase just from you playing the game. That's why it's like, okay, well, is that what we want? Is 10% at late game increased from just your player level enough? Keeping in mind that the goal is 10 minutes as well, is probably going to be what the game is balanced around. I want the game to be balanced around a 10-minute play as the minimum, or like kind of your speedrunning sort of technique, where it's like, yay, I won in under 10 minutes. Awesome, that's a good achievement. So what, balance around 15 minutes then? Do we want to balance around 15 minutes being the average game time? I think that sounds about right. So let's do the math then with, say, a level. So time is going to be 15 modifier, and then player level, we'll just say 100. We're not going to say that's absolutely the case, but we're going to just use that as an example point for now. So if we use our current math setup, so if we use, say, a 0.001 modifier here, this puts this to a 10% increase just off player level alone. If we use 15 here on 5% modifier, we are looking at 5%, 50%, 75% modifier off the time. Is that right? So that means on an average run, your enemies are going to get theoretically 100% stronger by the end of your run. I mean, that's fine. I think that's fine. I think that's actually probably low. So if that's the case, then do we want to push the... What do we want to push around? I don't know if we want to hit the time modifier. I think the time modifier is actually pretty adequate. Alright. Do we want to remove a decimal place from the level one then, maybe? So instead of 10%, it's 100%. So then that would be 175% increase on the aimed for play range of, say, the basic enemy. Keep in mind, that's the other thing, we are scaling the enemies like this. We can choose to give some enemies much higher base stats, much worse scaling, under the expectation that they're going to be a later enemy. I think this is that would actually be fine. So I need to just do some maths really quickly. I need a calculator. This is what I say, like, I apologize, it's gonna look very scary for a little while I'm doing maths. So if I take 1 plus point, clear. 15 times 1.05. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? I put in the +1 in the wrong location. That's where the +1 needs to be. Because, like, for a moment I was doing some of the maths and it just didn't quite add up in my head. That's why. Okay, so... let's go back to the enemy list and look at this one. So, with what we just saw, this needs to be 0.05 and this needs to be 0.01. As an idea. So this gives us a kind of gauging that an enemy is going to be 3 times as strong by the end of a run. If it's a very generic run. Now, I want to stress the reasoning why I'm saying like I'm balancing around 10-15 minutes kind of expectations, because that's actually a lie. If you've ever played a Vampire Survivors styled game, you'll understand that that time frame is actually incorrect. And we can use Swarm as a recent example. So Swarm was a 15-minute timer for its one, a hard 15-minute timer expectation with discluding a boss. Those games ran for 20-25 minutes pretty easily. Why is a game that's supposed to be maybe 15-16 minutes long, like we'll say 16 minutes long, basically 10 like a 10-minute longer? Well, it's because you've got upgrades. Upgrades pause the game, so the time is not increasing. So technically, the time is wrong. It's one of the biggest misconceptions when playing Vampire Survivors as well. It's a 30-minute run that normally takes about 40 minutes. 40 minutes easily, I would argue. And that's why holocure also, I mean, like, those runs were easily 30 minutes. You're adding 10 minutes under most situations to the length of a run just because of upgrades and selection. So with that being the case, you have to kind of accept that, so from there you have to work backwards. What actually do you want is your real true game expectation length? Well, I want you to basically be able to beat the game under 30 minutes. Like, I want you to finish a run under 30 minutes easily. So that means I need to be less than 20 minutes is my expectation. And that sounds great. That's awesome. Okay, so under 30 minutes to a game run, so that means I have to be less than 20 minutes. But that's why I'm balancing to 15 minutes, because that's even less. So that means potentially the game length is 25 minutes, which is great. I honestly think that's a good length of time. 20-25 minutes. If you're playing a round for that long, it's enough time to do stuff. It's enough time to watch a video, an average video, on YouTube. And that's cool. I like that. So, hence why it sounds weird, but I am balancing around that. Now, the reason why I'm actually really happy with upgrading the damage by these kind of values is also should be brought forward of a point where, how do I put it? You can get health in the game. There's a level up thing. But I want to tell you, the player, that you shouldn't just be going like, oh, well, I'm playing a squishy character. I can take a few hits early game and I'll be fine later game. So no, you won't be. Fuck you. I'm going to make you realize I am here to ruin your day. Now, an acknowledgement needs to be made. At this point in time, at this juncture, let's look at the math here. If we have 7 as our base value, based on this stuff that we've got, so we'll just kind of use the loose statement of you get a 200% plus to the stats for enemies. So that means you are 3 times the base value. Is what it will equal out to, because it's a plus 200%. What does this mean? Well, this means for 7, that is 21 health. I'm not saying that's a lot. I'm saying that's actually quite a little amount. But also keeping in mind, damage doesn't scale up as aggressively from the player. So while I'm punishing you by giving you basic enemies that potentially are chunking your health for 150 damage per hit, I'm also telling you it's okay. So this is why I'm kind of tempted to potentially pull these numbers down a little bit. Like, the health scaling up that aggressively sounds really good, right? Late game, your basic enemies having 20 health instead of 7. Yeah, it's pretty reasonable. Them doing 150 damage versus 50 damage sounds a lot scarier. Especially when some of the squishier characters only have 1,000 health base, or less than 1,000 health base. So what does that mean? Well, I kind of like the base damage being high, so we want to hit the scaling. This is kind of why we want scaling and base values to work with. So what do we want to hit with potentially the scaling? What percentage value do we think is adequate for a damage scaling? So if 200% for health sounds good, do I think plus 50% on a typical run is probably a valid amount for the damage? Because then that would mean that your 50 damage is 75 damage. Still a lot, but it does mean that it comes down a fair bit. Okay, so we need to shave off about 150 thing. So an easy answer is to hit the level. So let's do that. If we do this, we immediately hit 100%. So then we can probably halve this modifier to 0.025. So instead of giving us 50%, on a typical run, or 75%, that gives us 25, 13, my brain is struggling, like just shy of 40. Yeah, so that puts us at about a 50% thing. That sounds good. I like that scaling. I think that's the scaling that we're going to use by default on most enemies. Now, Usagi-san, we're going to have them push up a little bit in terms of base health, and I'm going to keep the same modifiers. Like we said, Usagi-san's getting armor as well. Don't ask me why a rabbit has more armor. Well, I guess, no, I think that's a reasonable statement, right? That a little horned rabbit thing or bunny is going to have more health than a slime, or more armor than a slime. I think that's actually really reasonable to state. Now, we originally designed this with less damage, but more aggressive scaling, I believe, right? What do we think now? I think we keep that philosophy. I'm just going to have it do less damage, but a fair bit tankier. Now, I'm also going to probably change when we create our triggers for when certain enemies are allowed. Because I think what we should do for that... wrong button. I think what we should do for that is basically have a struct thing. And it goes through and it basically says at what points. So like requirement for each enemy. I think that's how we do it, because then that way we can pull it apart better. So requirement, so probably put that in like, how do I want to do that? Actually, no. So this is going to be an array and the array of structs. So it's requirement and then enemy. And then I'm going to have to pass through different things, because then this way we have index info. Because what I can do is I can basically go through the array, check if the requirement is ticked. If it is ticked, remove, pull the, so that's ticked, put the enemy into the enemy array with all of its requirements, and then delete this from the array to clean up the array slowly. So that means, what data do we need to additionally pass through? We'll need to base spawn amount. Is going to have to be added in. Okay. So let's look at this. So experience is going to be changed to no longer be an array. And we're going to need to add in spawn, whoop. Underscore spawn amount. Yeah. I think that's pretty reasonable. So, ooh, that's an interesting way of doing things. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Sorry, I'm just thinking about a few details right now that I now have control over by approaching this. So, base spawn amount will be 3, base spawn amount will be 1 for now. And let's also correct this slightly. So spawn amount, so we've actually put the value wrong. So spawn cluster amount, and then spawn amount. Base spawn cluster amount. Oops. Spawn cluster amount. Then we change that value, and so this at the moment I think is 7. And this can be 5. Okay. Now we need to set up this other structuring system. So, enemy creation. We're going to need a new function. Enemy underscore so for this we need the enemy coming in and the requirement. And need to remember to put constructor at the end of that. So we check enemy is enemy, and then requirement is requirement. What have I done wrong there? Is it equals? It's equals. My bad. And then that would be... Alright. Yeah. Okay, so... Then we go to the controller enemy. And we're going to go into the step functionality. going to add a little bit at the bottom. Yeah. So if game paused, sorry, if not game paused is gonna be what we actually check for. Does it even matter? No, it doesn't. Alright, if put the if there. I'm just gonna put in true for a moment. Okay. So for equals 0. Length plus that. Hey, yep. I love how I saw it before it turned up on my stream. It's great. For some reason, restream being a bit slow today. But yeah, hey, yep. Hope all's going well. So we need to make this array quickly. Enemy spawning struct. So I actually need to change this value to dot spawn cluster amount, and then this needs to be changed to spawn base spawn amount. And then I'm going to remove the minutes requirement of this. Because we're going to change how the enemy unit list is passed through. Alright, enemy, enemy list hold equals, I'm just going to do that for the moment. So there's got the enemy unit list, which that's just gonna do that for now. In fact, that's actually what we're gonna probably use. Let's find all the locations it's actually utilized in. And initialization. Yeah. Get rid of that. Enemy unit list. And then I can do this. Okay, let's see how this is gonna work. So we do this. We're gonna probably put in the return. Ooh. So now we need to put in enemy. What is it called again? This one. And we're going to handle it like this. So it's global seconds is greater than or equal to 1. Wow, it sounds like an incredibly difficult requirement to occur, right? So we have this. Let's see, return. Yeah. What am I doing? Why do I need the else? Yeah. Sorry, my brain... forgets some of these things sometimes. I don't really do functions like this all that often now. So enemy requirement. So we need to then go to this controller. And we need to go back to the step event. And it's enemy unit list hold. For enemy unit list hold. Enemy. Let's see. If enemy unit list hold I dot requirement array push there's a change I'm gonna probably make here in a second. Yeah, I'll make that now. Oops. Oh, isn't it minus minus I need to do first? Yeah. Okay. Array push. Enemy. Oops. We're looking for a global. This list. There we go. Enemy list hold dot. I think it's literally just labeled as enemy. And then array delete enemy list hold index number. There. There we go. So that should handle our system. Let's try this. So we shouldn't actually see Usagi-san if it doesn't work. But we should see... No, sorry. We're not going to see Usagi-san no matter what, but we shouldn't see Slimy if this fails. So no enemies should be spawning. However, the first normal spawn should be normal. Here we go. So there's another problem. Yeah, okay. So it's minus minus second, but this needs to be minus one. Because there's no, the index for it's not going to exist. That was why I was like, minus minus first. That's how it is. Also, this needs to be, not greater than 0. It needs to be something different, because it needs to be able to get to... It's greater than equal to. Greater than and equal... No, wait. Yeah, no, it's greater and equal to. Solves my problem. Brain is just going all over the place. I love it. There is a few things I can do to optimize this. I mean, there's a lot that I can do to optimize this, but we'll see how this works. Alright. Man. If we can get this working, this is going to be nice, because this is a cool system to have for later. Because having it meet requirements is going to be cool. Unknown object requirement cannot be found. Okay, I'm going to have to run this in debug mode moving forward, because I need it to be able to... I need to see these values. That error I was a little confused by, so I need to actually see the stuff. Alright, let us see why you're breaking. I'm sure it's something simple. Come on. Give me my debug info. There we go. Unable to evaluate. Okay. So I need to look at enemy list hold. I don't have a returning, right? Or do I? No, it's because it's not news. Aha! I'm stupid. That's the magic of what was wrong. I'm stupid. I love and hate myself sometimes, man. There's another bug that I just realized might also pop up, we'll see. But that'll occur on spawning. Alright. Is that not what I called it? Oh. No, I saw what I did wrong. Shut up. That was, yeah, that's on me. Okay, that should solve a lot of those things. I'm gonna just quickly... Where is it? This was one of the things that I know is going to cause a problem, because that doesn't exist anymore. It's that. I guess I just have this like this anyway, so. Alright, let's see how this goes. Gotta love crashes like that, man. To be fair, and I've said this before, I like crashes like that more because do you see how quickly I was solving those problems each time they occurred? Don't get me wrong, those problems were me being an idiot, but it means that I can see what the problem is. It's worse when the game keeps functioning afterwards and you're like, something's clearly not right. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Okay, these shouldn't be coming in, but the slimy is working correctly. Then I tell it on false? Is it not returning false at the moment? Function return false. Did I miswrite something. Do I need to do that quickly? The benefit is that it's basically if Asagi-san spawns or not, we know something's wrong. Slime spawning's perfectly fine. But if Asagi-san's spawning, that's wrong. Asagi-san should not be allowed to spawn at this stage. I'm gonna make it so that's not the case. Nothing is spawning now. Good. Okay, that's bad. Did I mess that up somehow? Do I need it? Alright, let's try putting in the else if thing, or the else, because it shouldn't have that issue. But we'll see. Oh no, we don't push to seconds, do we? No, wait. What is where we get time from now? Controller thing. Controller minute. So we need controller.time.mem. So it needs to be a member from this. That's what I was doing wrong. M underscore seconds. Integer seconds. Now we should get slimy. Okay, that I bet you is the problem, because I was pulling from the location, the wrong location with the data. Okay, that's fine. That's easy to solve. Also, I have a controller for time. I forgot that I had a controller specifically for time. I need to fix that. I need to have that on the main controller. That's definitely one of those things that needs to be on the main controller. Okay, so now at about the 4 seconds, we should see... Hey, there's slimies. Slimy the slime is now spawning properly. As intended. As God intended. Awesome. So now we have a system where we have a lot more control over what the requirements are. Why is this good? Well, what if I wanted to have enemies that only spawned after you beat the first boss? Boom. Or only after you beat a specific boss. It means that time, we have conditions now. We don't have just time, which is so much better. This one is just designed so Slimy will get in. We could literally just have this as return true, which it should probably be. Because it's basically what this is doing, is it's just telling you to return true under most situations. I just wanted to make sure that this was working. Right? So now we return true. We have now set the conditional system to check correctly. It's awesome. So the reason why both of them were spawning a moment ago is because I was just checking the value, not what it is, and when looking for true and false, false is 0, true is anything above. But yeah, basically anything that's not 0 is true, which meant that the function having like a random ass code value for its location definition meant that that was above 0, so it would consider it true. That was the problem we were having there. Coolio. I'm happy. I'm very happy. Oh, awesome. I mean, that was an easy system to add in, all things considered. And I don't think there's much else that we need to do with this. We can also modify this system a fair bit later. One of the big things is that like I can change it to being from enemy unit list. With this system, I can make a switch statement to check what room you're in, to determine like what enemy types, or I could push something in to this value. I could set it up as like multiple functions that return these sorts of things. I can have all sorts of conditionals. There is a lot of power I have here, and it's really, really nice for that. Oh. So, me happy. We have a lot of cool stuff that we can now enable. Ah. Oh. Goddamn. So that is our enemy scaling and enemy structuring better than what it was before, which is awesome. I don't think there's much else I really want to do with enemies at this stage. Enemies can kind of stay as they are until we have a... So I've got 2 more enemies that I've been working on, enemy units to work on, and toss into the game at some point. One is going to be kind of like a little flying fella. I think it's elemental bats is kind of what I was designing them with, is the intention. And then another one I'm thinking of just kind of having like a little elemental golem or something like that. There's a long list of things that we're going to probably add at some stage, because there's the other factor is some of them aren't going to be designed with the intention of being on this map. Some of them are going to be designed with the intention of being on different maps. That's another thing I really want to stress is I want maps to feel unique and different, and I want the first map, the main map we're playing with at the moment, to feel special in the sense that it's generic. Whereas the rest will be wildly different. I mean, one of them is supposed to be a cyberpunk world. Like, I'm not being subtle with my weirdness in them. It's something that I do want to kind of move with. Aside from that, yeah. Okay. Cool. Should probably do the drops thing now, right? So there is a system I want to add, and it's probably just going to be straight up on the parent that we're going to add this. Is, so can fly, pick up speed, current target, and there is the damage, hold value, and functions, systems. What I'm going to want to add... I also scale it? Why do I scale it like that? Ugh. I don't like that I scale it by default. That would explain why I've had a lot of issues with sprite sizings. Didn't realize that. Okay. Oh, that's fine though. I mean, I'll leave it for now, but it's something that I should probably change. So what I want to add is a delay system that can be enabled. So, delay equals false. Delayed equals false. And then we're going to have if can fly and delayed is so it should just be delayed and can actually, no, this shouldn't be done here. I'm gonna make a function. So, the drop, the target, and the function. I'm just gonna have a func come through here. So and then just doesn't matter. There we go. All right. Do that, and then I need to go tweak this really quickly to have equals function. Do that. It's just a clean default. Okay, and then, so we need to have this. Looks like I don't have any other things that I'm adding there. I don't have a caster thing, do I, with these? No. I'm just gonna have player for now. But there's an argument to be made with this. That's fine. That we just yoink the previous code that we had. This. Impregnable crate. Can I just do that? So how have I written this? It's with, so yeah, I can just get away with it. Nice. Okay, awesome. So that's just a quick little thing to create a safety net for drop things. There, and then we need to go back here. Go to the parent and create a system. in here. Actually, I should probably make this a function. I care about the cleanup right now. Dance, care about that drop pickup. Function, drop, add, delay. I'm just gonna have duration. It's the only thing I need to pass through. So delay equals true. Delay equals true. Why do I even need delay? Okay, I've I'm glad I kind of like thought about that for a moment there. We want time, source port. Whoa, whoa, do not want to. Just gonna time source. Create with pause array push. I've also just realized there we go. All right. Function. Self. With self. Delay equals false. Units, duration, unit type, no. Arguments, yes, we need an argument. The argument is self. It's not how you spell self. Awesome. Unexpected syntax error. What is your syntax error? Ah. No, that's not it. Wait, what? Oh. Go, man. And then we go to, I think it's map parts. Is it under breakables? Breakable parent. No. Breakable pack. In here. With, here we are. Give them a second. I'm gonna give all of these a second. So this is something that I want to do quickly, which is, give all of these just a clean second before you can pick them up, because I think it's a little weird at the moment, the way it is. Means that you kind of can't see some of the stuff easily when it pops out if it's right next to you, and you can pick up. Wait. You're hurting yourself by doing that. You do know that, right? Sorry, again, old cat having old cat problems, and it pisses me off because it's one of those, like, just stop doing something and it would actually be a lot easier on you. But instead she does something that causes her to bleed. Just double checking she's not done any substantial damage. Done it to the other side this time. It's harder to track what she's done wrong. You fucking baby, you. She's much happier right now, and she's just been, like, curled up. I've put her, like, as a baby, curled up on my lap now. She's looking at me very happily. I swear. You wouldn't believe she's, as old as she is, the way she acts sometimes. Wait, are you purring? Yes, okay. She's a quiet purrer, so I have to actually take my headphones off a bit for her. The other one, no, you can fucking hear him down the house. It's great. No, they don't purr as often now, and that's just because they're very slow and tired. And I'm normally not doing stuff that energizes them enough to purr. They're normally just kind of like, ah yes, happy. More content. Overall. It's the benefits of getting into that older sort of category. Okay, so one of the other changes I want to make. One of the other changes I want to make is, I think. What is this? I wish I could actually listen to the sound of this, but I can't do that right now. What the fuck is going on? Okay, looks like an announcement thing that I'll have to look at later. I'm sure the VTuber news dude will tell me about it better later. What is a neural network and on Pornhub? Hell yeah. Okay, I shouldn't be scrolling Twitter when I'm on stream. Because then I just see something funny and I need to send it to my friends. It takes me ages. There we go. Totally not on stream doing that. Okay. But yeah, so someone made like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure level bullshittery going on with some of the Star Rail stuff, and it looks really cool. Oh no, wait, it's based off fucking Blue Lock? Dude, if you... Okay, I'll be real with you, Chief. Blue Lock and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure have very similar baseline styles going on for them. That's kind of the point, though. But no, that part there is 100% JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Fucking what? Alright. I'm gonna stop. Stop looking. Stop looking at Twitter. It's not an addiction, I swear. I actually think I'm pretty good when it comes to, like, social medias and stuff nowadays. Pretty consistent and not like, if I'm looking at it, I look at it for like a set amount of time, and when I know I'm going over, I just stop, move on, and get back to my work. It's a nice thing to like do for 5 minutes, just to offset some of the brain melting that I'm doing, so it gives me some brain rot to replace that, which turns into this gloopy stuff that ends up making this game. So yeah, I want to play around with the collision stuff a little bit on how I handle collision with these breakables, because I don't know how obvious it is. But it is a little janky, Oh, hello. Oh. I forgot you had that the way that you did if there wasn't an argument. That's why I had to do it that way. Alright. I'm sure I can get this from somewhere else. Where's a good place to get this from? Actually, I think the weapon is probably good. They're running somewhere, right? Step additional functions. This. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm gonna have to disappear in a second. That was what happened there. Alright, I'm gonna be back in just a second. Say hello, cat. I just want to know, these cats are just sometimes... This one specifically is made of mostly jello, less bones. Don't ask. Alright. Oh, and I've returned. There you go, Cap. I'll bundle you up again. No, that's what you want. Alright. So, with that being the case, let's just double check if we've got any issues, but I want to play around with the collision feeling for some stuff, because it just, how do I describe it best? At the moment, the breakables don't feel like they get broken when they should. And if anything, it should be normally the other way around, is that breakables feel like they're getting broken before they should be, on average. And that might just be a bit of a sign that we've been a little too reserved with our collision areas. So now I need to go find a fucking pack. There. So if I'm right here, that breaks. That doesn't... That... See, it's fine. I think the problem is we've got is that technically it's only triggering on the attack, and that's why the iron mic feels a bit off with it, because you feel like it should be breaking immediately. Maybe that's something we need to do, is that, like, Iron Mike needs to just straight up do its damage more often on average. Because, like, there I basically was standing on top of it to actually get the thing. But I do like having that mild delay. I think that mild delay is the correct choice. I love... Can I just say how much I love Kumishao's icon now, by the way? So it's actually not obvious, probably initially. But so Kumishao's Kaison's item, right? That is actually based off Kaison's outfit and arm. Like, it's actually really hard to see, but a little bit here, that's actually a bit of gold. That's kind of supposed to be very reminiscent of the, like, symbol stuff that she has. That's why it's the glove and stuff. You think it's a generic buff arm. It's not. It's fucking Kaison's swole as fuck arm. Yeah, see, I shouldn't really be doing like 18 fucking damage at this stage. I should be getting levels faster than this, I think. I think that's something we can probably all kind of agree on somewhat, is that this just doesn't feel adequate enough for the amount of experience. Like 3 minutes in, level 13. I don't know, is that right? To be fair, enemies probably would be spawning more often and more aggressively. Also, I know someone's gonna ask, like, what's the frequency? The health is supposed to be very, very very much more common than the others. But yeah, so I should probably, the freeze, I know exactly what I'm going to change it to, by the way. We're going to probably change it to a time source that's just looping a certain amount of times. And like on a half-second timer, and it stuns for a little bit at a time. It's very, very simple, but I'll probably do. But I won't do that right now. I mean, I could, no, we'll do it later. Yeah, we've actually done a lot of the stuff I wanted to get done today. Holy shit, okay. I guess I gave myself a really light list, all things considered. Because like, most of the stuff that I also want to get done, like balance and things, it's just going to be an ongoing task. I don't want to do too much of another balance, like intensity, outside of things that I know are glaringly wrong. Iron Mike's one. But things that are glaringly wrong because I kind of want you guys to play it so you can tell me, hey, this weapon feels really shit. Hey, this weapon feels really strong. Stuff like that. Because I can't really gauge at this point what's good and what's bad. Right? I think that's fair. So, yeah. There's another thing I still need to talk about with my mate on how we want to best handle it. He actually gave some pretty solid answers to it. And so we'll probably sort that out at some point. And we'll actually I kind of know how to do it now. I'll see. But yeah, yeah, there's a few things I want to work on, so. Sorry. I'm getting like mildly jittery and distracted because I've been running a high on how much work I've done most of this week, and most of it's art assets, and I don't want to. I've said this before. I just don't really like doing art on stream. So I'm kind of refraining from wanting to do too much of that. But I think I might do a little bit just to give us another bit of time to work on. I will openly admit as well, my brain is going, well, you did download Wukong this morning to play. So the moment you in stream, you can go play Wukong. I'm like, it's pretty tempting. I'm not going to be playing it on stream. I said this before. I want to play the game, and there's no way my computer will handle streaming that. I know, because I've had a look at it. Normally, I can play it at about 40, between like 60 and 40 FPS pretty consistently. I didn't see it drop below 40 at any point when I was doing my tests. I really want to play the game. And there's no way I can probably make it optimized to work with stream at this stage. So, is what it is. But I am excited to play it. So I'll probably be like talking about that a fair bit, because I'll probably play it over like however long and talk about it on stream, like my experiences with it. Okay, so for art, let's pull up Aspro and pull up my assets. What do I need to work on for assets right now? We need to work on abilities. So I need to look at characters, and I need to look at the list of characters we've got here. So I'm not gonna do anything with EXs for a while. I'm gonna leave them alone. So ASMR King, sing area around, cool. New folder, whoops. And I'll leave it at that. A-Sprite. 64 by 64. So. Which one is the one that I want? Is it this? Yeah. Alright. So I'm gonna want Fox Gallery. And think about things. Whoops, I didn't mean to have us click on an image. It's probably because it's the last thing. So what was the purpose of this ability again? It is a small area around you, slow and increase damage they take. They take. So we want like Some form of debuff style. Would like... Okay, that's cute. Welcome to what my, like, days have been. It's doing this shit constantly. So much art asset, like, testing and finding out and shit. I guess that's a good point. We could just have a microphone, but I don't know if do we want a microphone when we've already kind of got microphone-y stuff? Like, we've literally got 2 weapons that are microphone icons already. I feel like that's double dipping a little, or going like dipping into microphones a little too much, especially knowing like there's so many other things I could do with microphones already that are probably better to do with them. I mean, I guess it's king of ASMR, right? So if we go back here, we could just get an ASMR microphone as a joke. So pixel art, SMR mic. Alright, nothing any clear there. ASMR mic. Let's have a look at the ASMR mic. Apparently the microphone I have is pretty much an ASMR mic. Fuck you. That's not what I want. These. Yeah, this is the mic I have. I hate people that use this shit for this stuff because these microphones are not cheap. And they should be treated better. So, what? It's kind of like... How big do I want to make the microphone? Let's go with middle size for now. So... that. And then it kind of goes... that. This needs to come down a little bit. And then a little bit of a bar here, because I'm going to probably just move this over to the left side of the, or right side of the screen. Image, whatever. Definitely needs to be made larger though. Kind of like that. And then, add as a character. Whispering. I want like the act of whispering into someone's ear. No? Okay. It's not. Side. I animated a talking character sprite. Well done. Good for you, random person. Good for you, random citizen. I feel like I need to make this still larger. Just gauging of kind of what I'm seeing here and what I want to work with. And like, I feel like I do this, but I have this take up the entire thing and then I just color it. So we color what the ear to be. I don't know. I think it's this that I probably color this. But like if we grab that, Control N, deselect, grab some color. I don't think that's enough, but like that's kind of the idea I'm going with, right? It's not. Is that obvious? Or is that not obvious enough because of what we've done? This is the difficulty, because like it's kind of, can you tell that that's a fucking ASMR mic is basically the short answer. I need to split this part up a bit. And maybe give this kind of the outside the thing birth. Give it the feel of like maybe gripping over the thing. And that's very obvious, but I think that's going to be one of the better ones we get. You didn't see anything. Okay, so that's the icon for now. Let's get the next icon done. So what was the next ability? Clan of Kindred, and it's where we get the wine and dine stuff. I feel like we've got to kind of go with pixel art. House. Like this sort of thing. Yeah. Something loosely kind of like the Tory Gate sort of stuff. Like this. Brush, so kind of. So my point of origin will be here. No, it's ridiculous. I want to do this. This idea. Comes down. Yes, side bit here. Side bit here. Loose stairs coming down. Let's use blue for the roof for the moment. Continuous G select brown. Okay, and then I'm gonna use green for the stairs for the moment. If you're wondering why I'm using like ultra vivid colors, it's because it's much easier to kind of figure out where I'm at with the ultra vivid colors. Because if you don't use like very clearly different colors, it just kind of saturates together and it makes it very hard for me to see, at least personally. I want to point out like how much most of this detail is not going to be discernible on the average viewing of this. I'll go with that. Okay, so that's kind of the general gist of what we're going to go and aim for. Kind of see what I'm going with? I don't know if it's very clear. And yeah, I do like the idea of a sign out at the front here. Oh. So I'm going to need to probably nick some colors in a bit, but we'll see how far I can get with actually just clean up. Get everything solid colors, and then we'll kind of be able to trim around and decide from there. This is going to be one of those ones where I don't know if I'm going to be bothering too much to do shadow in, because, like, shadow in this kind of design is going to get really, really complex really quickly, and it's gonna only offer a kind of minuscule return. So, well, I'll probably do some. I'm not gonna probably do much. Because again, it's that aspect of too many details add together to just make it too much of a mess. So, gotta keep it kind of within a realm of acceptable. Honestly, I'll just erase over this and I'll fix it later. I'm already gonna basically be removing all black from the screen as it is, so yeah. It'll take me a while. And then these, what color are they? Cool, I can do the different green for the non-step things. I like the in-between of the lines. I'm not gonna lie, imagine this, but probably, I don't even think I'd say 2 times as fast, but definitely faster, because I'm not having to talk. I'm literally just doing this. That is all my fucking time has been. It's just this shit, man. It sounds fun until you really, really kind of like get into it. It's really not. I still find it funny because I was talking to some people yesterday about this. It's like, I think I'm at the stage where, because I've talked a fair few times on stream now about why I don't do art. And how I think at the moment my main thing is that I'm just like not caring enough. How am I doing? I'm doing alright. Getting progress done. Which is good. Hey, stop that cat. Right. Like a pink bush of flowers or something here. I like the idea of that. Okay. So now that we've got more solid colors in, we can start doing some of the removal of non-essentials and the correction of colors. And detail adding. So blacks outside of the doorway need to be removed because those were the defaults for testing. Again, reminder, if you couldn't tell, I'm not an artist by nature. Okay, so detailing. Let's hit the top half first, because that's what needs the most work, I think. So we kind of need a bit more of a grey color. So let's just toss that through. I hate working with greys, because the grey background mixes with the actual grey stuff. Let's play around with this color a bit then. That'll work. Then we can do a little bit of shadow. great, but you know. Let's get like some really dark. And do some... that with it. Alright, that's... it looks a bit better. There we go. Okay. Now, how am I going to do these next bits? So, with the house, what color do we have at the moment? Is that? Yep, okay. So I need a slightly lighter pigment. Whoops. Then I need to go back to the darker pigment and play around with the lines of this. So let's get that. That color, fill in these spots here, give the lines in a second. And we kind of copy that idea over to here. That doesn't look too bad, all things considered. And then using that, I'm actually going to do that. And then find an even dark brown. Do that, yeah. So let's get this, do that. That looked nice, so let's just do the cheap version. And now we change the green to a more stone. And we play around with the pink bush off to the side here. Give it a little bit more detail. Fill in these spots. And now we do the lamp, because I forgot that it exists. Get stonish colors, it's kind of like that. It's much darker. And this is much lighter. There we go. An excessively intricate design for something that's going to drop you fucking food and wine. Oh, yeah. I hate this. Can I stress how much I hate doing the art? Just, yeah, again, I have to do this like another 60, something like 60 times, and then some of them have to be animations. So don't worry, it's only going to take me a while. I hate this, but I love it at the same time. Because what's the month at the moment? It's August, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh. I don't think I'm going to do more than this to it, though. Because, like, again, it's only going to be seen... This icon's only going to be seen, like, a couple of times. And you're going to have text with it, so you don't need to see it. Not really. And we've already proven before how easy this is to add game. I just need to export it here as a PNG and put it in the game. And then just put the name in the right location. It's super, super easy. So, not much of a showing. So who's next? Iron Mouse. Oh, by the way, so that's one thing we're going to change. We're going to change where some of this data, like, I talked about this before. We need to change where some of this data is located. And I was in the talks about that yesterday. The person that I'm working with loosely on this project, I want to actually sit down and like hardcore go through some ideas on how to do the data management for this soon. When we have like a free weekend, spend an entire day just looking at the data and data structure. So for this one, it's Hell's Bells and Satanic Resilience. Well, we might as well do Hell's Bells at least right now, before I lose all of my sanity. That's actually a relatively easy one, theoretically. What I need to do is I'll need... Mouse Bells. Surely someone's got an image of them, right? That they're going to be the best I'm going to get for a while. Probably. Hate it. Because I'm thinking... let's use green for this. I still have it on that. We have 1 bell. We have 2 bell. A little bit. And down. And then a cute little pink bow. Oh, you know what I was just thinking, alright. So we wanted to have skins to the game, which has been something that's been discussed a little bit now, as how we're going to implement that. What if I made a rule with the updates of this game? Because I know people are going to potentially ask, like, hey, how often are you planning on doing updates? At the moment, no real actual plan for that. What if I made it that there's an update every time Iron Mouse changes an outfit? That'll keep me fucking honest. Keep me actually working on it. So if I actually get a pre-done update as well, the best part is I could sit there and wait till Iron Mouse has a new model and then we can release the patch that has the skin on it. I like that idea. That sounds really funny. When's next patch? When's next mouse outfit? Because I know, right? Like, this is something I've seen from TFT. People do not, like, even if you actually make a schedule, people do not fucking listen. And they'll always ask when's patch, so I just give the stupidest fucking answer. But there will be content patches. Balance patches and fixed patches, those would be a different argument. Those will need to happen far more often. Fix the coloring stuff at some point. At the moment, I just need to make sure I get my designs in. Because at this point in time, this just requires recoloring, and it will be good. There we go. Doesn't look too much like testicles, does it? Oh, why is this stuff so fucking hard? Sometimes you do. Alright. You know what's worse? Technically, they should probably switch colors. So I'm going to just do this for a moment. Then I'm going to take this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, do this, I'm going to do this, select, and I can do this. Then shadow. Okay, and then we grab these. I gotta base around this. Looks horrendous. There. Hell's bells. I think that looks nice. I think that looks simple and easy. Cool. I'm glad we can all agree, because I don't want to do more on it. Oh, God. And yeah, I'm going to keep them the separate colors. I think that's actually quite interesting dichotomy going on with it. Would it probably be better to have them the same color? Probably. But, fight me. You know what I stand by? I want to stand by a statement that I'm going to keep all the way through. I am very rarely going to probably change designs unless I agree with the decision. And the only time I will have a situation where I might do it even if I disagree is if the actual individual comes forward and explains to me why they don't want something the case. If one of these VTubers, for example, or their company, reach out to me and go, hey, we don't want this, then I'll comply. I'd like to have a reason, but I will comply. That's why I've said at the very beginning, if one of the people in this don't want to be in this, I will remove them. It will be sad, and I will probably use all of their fucking stuff that I've done on other characters. Right? Because I don't want to waste resources. I will probably transition a bunch of their systems to someone else. But I would definitely prefer to negotiate on better terms of like, hey, what would you want out of this, if you could? I mean, fuck, I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. The thing that I would love the most is to be able to actually reach out to these people and go, hey, is there anything you want to add? Is there anything that you want to see your character do that it doesn't already do, that's within kind of the scope? Or do we want to shift the scope potentially? I feel that that's a reasonable argument, no? Alright, get rid of that color reference, I don't need it anymore. But at the end of the day, is what it is. It's a fan game. It's a really weird position to be in for a lot of this stuff, so we'll see. I'm gonna call it here, I think, because I am just gonna be doing more art, and I'm gonna get quieter and quieter while doing it, and I kind of just want to go play the fucking new game, and I'm tired. I'm very tired. My exhaustion from earlier in the week has finally arrived, and it is kicking my nads in pretty nastily. So, with that being the case, I do want to kind of talk briefly to next week. We'll be playing more Persona, which I want to finish it soon. I'm hoping it's not too far off, but we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming on Monday. Probably not. And short answer is, there's a chance I might not have the schedule out until my Monday. Is what I want to stress, my Monday. So it's fucking Saturday for most of you. If it is not out by that point, assume there's not going to be a stream, because I always have the schedule out before I set up my stream stuff. But in short, I think I'm going to take Monday off. I'm going to probably take it off to play Wukong a little bit, as well as recover from not being at home the weekend and long trips. And reorganizing a couple of things. That's my intention. So, with that all being the case, thought I'd give that forewarning. There will be a lot of programming though, again. And hopefully, I don't know, if there's something I don't want to spoil that's going to be in the game for the next update, that's not supposed to be in the game for the next update yet, but I want to add it. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but I will say that I'm really excited with the progress that's been made. Basically, I'm working on Redacted, and but yeah, I'm working on something, and it should be in the game for the next update, because it is about 70% done over a day or two. And it is a very complex and necessary system. I don't want to show it, but I will definitely, when the update comes out, expect like something that wasn't promised this update to be there. And I will probably make mention of that in the update stuff. Can't wait. I mean, the fun part is that when we finally go for the release, I'm gonna have to do so many fucking videos. I'm already prepping a bunch of the resources I need for those. Because it's going to be like I've talked about this before. I want to showcase what each character does and kind of what you want to do with them. And work with it like that. I think that's a really cool idea, because it means that you go into it knowing what you should be expecting. And I'll do like the characters as shorts, because they'll be good advertisement as well on YouTube. And we'll see from there. But Anyway. I'm dragging on at this point, and to refrain from becoming an actual dragon. Fuck me, I'm sorry. I'm gonna call it here. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You're awesome, stay awesome, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye-bye.